we today are going to talk about the truth about 401k loans is that they might actually be better than bank loans.
Exactly. So this video is all about how and why you should take a 401k participant loan, and with a couple of maybe why nots. All right.
Christopher, what is a participant loan?
A participant loan is when a participant takes the lesser of 50% of their vested account balance, or $50,000, from their current retirement plan account. They don't have to, we call it a 401k participant loan because everything's 401k here, but maybe there's only profit sharing money in there, okay? They're borrowing money from the plan. It's usually prime plus 2. It has to be some reasonable interest rate. Can't be really bad, can't be really good. And this comes out of the participant's account, and then they repay it with payroll deductions through the employer.
Yep, sounds great. So, Christopher, what could you take participant loans for?
Well, like most things in 401k plans, that depends. A plan sponsor can set it up so that there are no reasons or no limitations on what somebody can take their money out for. A plan sponsor could set up a loan policy where a participant has to meet one of the 6 hardship distribution reasons. Even though it's a participant loan, they are allowed to limit those reasons. You can also have it set up so that if you're buying it for your primary residence, that you can have the repayment period be longer than 5 years, which is the maximum for a regular participant loan.
Still, for the most part, most plan sponsors don't limit them.
Right.
There's only a few that do.
Right, but going back to a lot of people ask us, well, okay, so I'm using it to buy a house. Is the interest pre-tax? Do I get to deduct the interest? No, because it's not, because it's an asset of the plan. A participant loan is still considered an asset of the plan, so you don't get to deduct the participant loan interest if you're using it to buy a house. That's what the CPAs have told me.
But I get that because you're paying it to yourself
right,
anyway.
Right.
You can't deduct what you just paid to yourself.
Right, exactly.
That'd be interesting. So, do you have to qualify for a participant loan?
Qualify might be a strong word, but it is the plan sponsor's fiduciary responsibility to make sure that there's a reasonable likelihood you're going to be able to pay it back. Okay, there's some concept of that. The employer is supposed to believe that you have the ability to pay it back, right?
Okay. Why might they be better than bank loans?
Well, when you're paying a bank loan off, who gets the interest?
The bank.
Okay, when you're paying a participant loan off, who gets the interest?
You do.
You do. All right. So they may very well be better than a bank loan because 1, you're getting the interest. 2, it might very well be less interest than a bank loan. And 3, what does it do to your credit score?
Doesn't affect your credit score.
Doesn't affect it at all.
So there's it's very neutral, and you don't have to qualify for it in the traditional sense.
Nope.
How do you take a participant loan?
Well, it can be relatively very straightforward. Most of the record keepers we work with have an online request process. You go in, your online record keeper has an idea as to what your loan policy is and what the maximums are, and it probably knows what your vested account balance is. So you can go in online, model your participant loan, figure out, do you want to pay it over 60 months, which is the maximum? Do you want to pay it over 18 months? Whatever. Do you want to make changes to it? And then you figure out how long you want the loan for, how much it's for, and then start the process with the record keeper. And when everybody signs off on it, they'll send you a check for the amount.
So it's not unusual actually to see that somebody was online at 2 o'clock in the morning modeling a participant loan to see if they need it.
We hear that a lot, but please understand, it's not like walking up to an ATM machine, all right? This is not, this can take a week or so because you've got mail and you got to wait for people to approve things and all that. Even if you're requesting stuff at 2 o'clock in the morning, that doesn't mean it's being approved at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And the other way that it's not like an ATM is that plan sponsors often limit how many you can take. So
right.
You will test the patience of your employer if you start taking out a loan every time you need $1,000.
Right.
So please do think about what you need to do.
Exactly. Many plan sponsors have a participant loan policy that will limit you to 1 or 2 participant loans taken out at the same time. All right. Now then, Are there any reasons why participant loans might be bad?
Most financial advisors say, no.
Right.
This money is for retirement. It's out of the market. You're not making that headway. You're pushing back your retirement.
Right. But if you're, exactly, that's one of the reasons, or if you're reducing, if you're deferring $100 a month and you have an $80 a month participant loan payment, so you reduce your deferral to $20, that's when it's generally considered to not be a very good idea. But if you can keep your deferral the same and keep your participant and still make your participant loan payments, I'm of the opinion, what's the harm? Because what's prime right now?
10?
Huh? 8
I don't
something,
know.
right?
It's high,
Okay, so it's
it's
8
high,
something,
it's high.
all right? So if it's prime plus 2, that's 10%. When you're paying back a participant loan at 10%, yes, your participant loan money is not in the market, but it's getting a guaranteed rate of return of 10%. If you've got some of your plan assets having a guaranteed rate of return for 10% for 5 years, that's not a bad deal. All right. Now then,
They say 2 reasons, right?
There's 2 reasons. The other reason why it might not be considered a good thing is participant loans are for active employees. The vast majority of participant loans come due when you no longer work for the company, and the rules don't care. I'm not trying to be cruel, but this is the way it is. The rules don't care why you're no longer working for the company. So if you took out a $5,000 participant loan, you have $1,500 left. When you no longer work for the company, you either need to pay off the $1,500 out of your own pocket. I know you don't work there anymore, or you're going to have the $1,500 as a taxable event. All right, and we're not going to discuss the specifics of that video.
You are paying yourself back.
But if you pay off the loan, you're paying yourself back. You're putting another, in this example, that $1,500 back into your account. All right.
So just be a little mindful if you're going to be at this place for a while and what the taxable consequences are going to be if you leave.
Right. Okay. Questions from the peanut gallery? We good? Did you learn something?
I got 2.
You got 2 questions.
2. Okay.
All right.
Is there a minimum loan amount?
Yes.
Wow. That's an
excellent
There doesn't
question.
have to be, but there very often is. And what's that loan amount?
I've seen as low as 500, but most people like 1,000.
So the maximum minimum, the maximum minimum loan amount is 1,000. All right. So what that means, since the most you can take out is 50% of your vested account balance, you need at least a
$2,000
vested account balance in order to take out the minimum participant loan. Question number. Did I get the answer right? I know I did.
Then you kind of answered my second one.
Oh.
Can you borrow more than what's in your account?
Absolutely not.
Nope. Where's the money going to come from? No, you can't.
Nope. It's so that's one of the things is if you start your 401k plan, don't think that you can get your money out immediately because you're not going to hit some of these thresholds.
Right. Now then, what else?
Well, we would love to continue this conversation
Absolutely.
because we can talk about this forever.
All day long.
So we would love to do it with you. So comment below or visit our website with the link in the description.
And if you'd like, if you want to ask us a specific question, get in touch with us at sales@hunterbenefits.com. Take care.
Toodaloo.
Bye.